Away this morning after a long battle with pancreatic cancer.
He put up quite a fight. Before he retired back in 2012, Joe was part of a lot of daily routines for decades here in Washington. In all, Joe spent more than 30 years on air with us. He joined News 4 in 1980 as a reporter, and he began anchoring the morning news back in 1994. He spent 16 years on the anchor desk with another very familiar face, Barbara Harrison. And Barbara joins us now from our newsroom. So great, you look beautiful. So great to see you in the building on this sad day.
It is a sad day. I can't believe that Joe is not here in this newsroom. He was here as long as I was, and I just can't imagine him not brightening everybody's day. We know how brilliant he was as a reporter. In fact, we almost didn't get him as an anchor because he was so good at what he did. He was a man full of facts. He was a lawyer. He was a veteran. He had so much to share with his news coverage that nobody really wanted him to come on the anchor desk, but me. I really fought to get him there, and we sat next to each other for almost 17 years, actually. And,
wow.
What a run we had.
And and Barb, we've often talked, we always talk about our anchors or our work spouses.
Yes.
You and Joe together for 17 years. When he retired, it was, that feels like a marriage, doesn't it?
Well,
a marriage ending.
It certainly does, and he was a great work husband because I did a lot of talking and he did a lot of listening.
He was a patient man.
But Joe was a great listener, and he shared a lot of his life with me too. His wonderful wife, Mary Lynn, who we've been married to for many years, his two beautiful daughters, and grandchildren that he finally welcomed. And I think that he just brought so much to all of our lives, all of us who knew him from the newsroom, from the set, the people who do the shows, from the behind the scenes. They know that he was a very funny guy. I don't know if you remember that he had his little Donald Duck voice.
Right, I do
remember that. That was great.
Just classic.
Yeah, but he's also funny. He loved to, he was really, he never got mad. He was so steady and even-keeled and rolled with the punches. It's hard to get through a day in this business with all of our technology without getting.
I can remember one morning, though, and Barbara, you may remember the time when you interviewed a young couple of students down on the mall. The girl did not have a mic on. You guys were on split screen, much as we are, and Joe completely got an attack of the giggles.
Oh,
and it was like, I'm so glad all his loyal viewers get to see what we see. He not only loved to laugh, but he appreciated humor every day. And Barbara, I know that you had the opportunity to sit down with Joe a few years ago when he was being treated for cancer.
Yes.
And in typical Joe fashion, he was already taking part in the search for a cure. Talk with us about Joe's determination, his strong sense of optimism, and his faith, too.
Yeah. Well, I think this determination to get well or to find a cure for this disease was really apparent during his treatment. He took me along with him. He and Mary Lynn were very organized with their visits to the doctor. She was there with her clipboard, and Joe said, yeah, when I asked him if he would let me follow him and sort of keep a journal of his wellness and his illness, and as he progressed through trying to fight something that most people consider a death sentence, that particular cancer. And I just admire him so much. He pulled his shirt off in front of us. We watched him get his port. We watched him get his treatments. And then he talked about what it was like. The most memorable part of these conversations to me was Joe saying, I just want to live my life. Whatever I have left, whatever God is going to give me, I want to keep living it as if it's going to last forever. And I think he did view life that way.
That was just part
of the finish line.
That was part of just the beauty and the wisdom of him and his insights in everything, and even as he was facing down this horrible disease. Barb, don't go anywhere. I'm going to come to the newsroom and just, I'm hugging you. I'm hugging you. I'm going to hug you.
Thanks so much for sharing your memories with us, Barbara. It's good to see you.
Well, I wish I could have told you everything about him. Some of the jokes he told. He was just a great partner for me.
And we're going to take a longer look back at our sweet Joe and his life and career. It's coming up in the next hour, and of course, Our thoughts and our love are with Joe's wife, Mary Lynn, his children, Anna and Emily, his brothers, his sisters, all of his grandchildren, a beautiful family surrounding a beautiful man who we will always love and remember.